I'm going to install a handlebar riser kit onto my Carrera Hustle. When I'm sitting on it, I feel really arched over, so I got this off of eBay. I think it was a 40mm extension, so I'll show you through the processes of installing it. Right, so now you've undone the bolts. Take that end cap out, keep it to one side, and you'll have to wriggle the handlebars as well as pulling up, just like that, and that's what you will be left with. So now I'll show you how to install the extension bar. Sorry, it's a bit awkward doing it one-handed. And that's what it will look like once you've got these razors, or these factory razors already here. Get rid of them, take them off, and I'll show you the next step. Right, the riser bar has been installed. Don't tighten these up too tight, just finger tighten them enough once it's central with the bike, so the rear bolts line up with the back of the frame. Don't, like I said before, do not tighten these up too tight yet, because you've got the main bolt to go in here yet, and that main bolt will keep everything nice and tight. Because if you tighten this up first and really tight, and then you go and put the main bolt in, it's not going to do its job by pulling it all together like a sandwich, because if that's not all pulled nice and tight together, you'll end up with play in the headstock, and you don't want that. As you brake, you'll feel the vibration and the movement in the headstock, and it will damage your headstock bearings. So finger tight these bolts first, put the handlebars on, do the main bolt up nice and tight, make sure obviously your handlebars are nice and straight with the front wheel, and then do these bolts up last. Right, the handlebars are on, but as you can see, there's a gap. The handlebars have gone down past the top of the stem. Now that's not a problem, because when you took the original one off, you would have been left with a small one and a big spacer ring. Now this small spacer ring that was originally on the bike, if you look, once I put that on there, that's nice and flush. So if I take the handlebars back off and put that on, and then the handlebars on top, this should be nice and flush. We'll see. Right, so that space is installed, and as you can see, it's brought it nice and flush. So remember, now the next part is, in the kit, you'd have got a longer bolt. This is obviously because you've now raised it a lot. Don't tighten anything up yet. Just have these ones finger tight, just so they stay central. This one's job now will go down inside there, and when you start to tighten that up, it will then pull everything nice and taut. Once that's done that job, then you can go and tighten everything up. Bearing in mind, before you tighten up the handlebars one, make sure that the handlebars are dead in line with the front wheel, because if not, you're going to end up with, you're going to think you're riding straight, but your handlebars are going to be off, and it's going to feel horrible to ride. So your next job, once you've installed it all and you're nice and flush here using your spacers, tighten this main one up first, and then tighten this one up, and then get your handlebars nice and even and nice and straight with the front wheel, and tighten that one up, and you should be good to ride. Alright, and there you go. The riser bar is installed, nice and straight. So now you can see, and it really makes the bike feel so much more comfy when you sit on it. As before, it was very low down, made you feel like you had a hunchback while you was riding. But yeah, really happy with this. This riser kit is a 40mm. I got it off eBay. I think it came from China. I think it was around the £7 mark. But yeah, really happy with it. I've checked for any play in the headstock. The way you can do that is by pressing the front brake and rocking the bike forward, and making sure that you've got no movement here. If you have, that means that you had this tight, or the handlebars tight, when you was trying to do up the main stem. So have that loose, have the handlebar clamp loose, and tighten this one down. Once that's nice and tight, then go ahead and start tightening these up once they're in line with the front wheel.